Okay, so there's been some discussion about Plague Bolt versus Voidbolt and Grave Rot, so I've done some calculations of my own which I'm going to show here. Grave Rot does 133 damage over 6 seconds, which totals up to about 21 damage per second, while Voidbolt, talented to 1.5 seconds, deals 119 damage, which equals 79 DPS. Simulating a battle, you would first cast Grave Rot and hit for 21. At the first second, Grave Rot would hit for 21 again, and you would start casting Voidbolt. And at the second, Grave Rot would hit for 21 again, and at 2.5 seconds, Voidbolt would hit for 119. Then you would start casting Voidbolt again, and at the third second, Grave Rot would hit for 21, and at the fourth second, Grave Rot would hit for 21 again, and Voidbolt would hit for 119, and at the final second, Grave Rot would hit for 21 again, that which totals to 364 damage. Plague Bolt by itself only does 89 damage in 2 seconds, which gives us 44.4 DPS. Now, you need 3 hits to actually reach 5 stacks of Deathly Calling, so that would give us a far below DPS than what Voidbolt would do, even without Grave Rot. But if we actually take the 5 talents, we can see that it applies 2 Deathly Callings per hit instead of 1, and it actually gives a boost for each Deathly Calling that is on the target. So the first hit would do 89 damage, the second one would do 115, the third one would do 133, and the last ones would do 155.75 damage, which would equal to 77.875 DPS. Now we can see that this DPS is far below, well, not that much, but it's still below what Voidbolt would do. And since Voidbolt has the help from Grave Rot, we can see that the overall damage would be much worse than that combo would. Now, you need 3 hits, which is 6 seconds to actually fill up all the Deathly Callings. And since Voidbolt and Grave Rot only needs 5 seconds, we need to scale up the damage. So, in theory, through 5 seconds, that would have done 281 damage versus the 364 damage that the Grave Rot Voidbolt would have done. The real damage would only have been 204.7 since you only had cast the spell twice. But we can see that Plague Bolt damage is much worse than Voidbolt Grave Rot combos. So the first rotation definitely is the best.